What's up, YouTube? Hefe coming to you. Captain Awesome's Fish Room, Jeff Chromus Brovi, and Taki bringing you a video today. Hello YouTube. This is Taco. He's my Chihuahua. He's a good boy. All he does is he's just a snuggle bug, and he likes to cuddle. That's all he likes to do. And he also likes to bark at big trucks that drive down the street, and the mailman. Anyways, today is going to be kind of a recap of the last video I just put out. I didn't have a very good attitude in that video, and I don't think that the excitement that I have with what's going on actually showed inside the video, so consider this kind of like a redo. Plus, I forgot to show y'all the reef tank. My bad. So yeah, hold on, let me turn off this light. Get better. Much better. There we go. Let's see. 140 is going up soon. I had a few of y'all, and it would have been done before this, but I forget who it was that suggested this. Y'all wanted to see the move happen. So I'm waiting on this tripod thing for a phone, so to hold the phone and I can record at the same time and show y'all everything that's going on, and how to move big fish, because this guy is pushing in the neighborhood of 18-ish inches. So he's getting really big, and he needs to go inside this bigger tank. And I have the opportunity to get a 240 gallon, so it's a headache, guys, I'm telling you. Anyways, the 140 that y'all are propped up on right now may actually drop down to underneath here where the 40 breeder sits. You already seen that area. And the 240 may go up here where y'all are leaning on the 140. So if I get the 240, big rig is going to go in that, but nonetheless I'm going to record a video to show y'all how to move big fish without hurting them, and to do it the safest way possible. Some of the tips and tricks I'm going to show are probably, I'm not going to say they've never been thought about, but it's little things that are going to make it easier for you when you're moving large fish, especially with cichlids, well, any fish. Any large fish isn't going to like getting caught. So you can see that male bean-eye in the background there. But yeah, it's just a few little tips and little tricks that I'm going to show you, you know, in order to help you more successfully move a larger fish, especially without damaging them. When they're larger, and you know, there's certain things that if you don't do right, you can actually hurt them very badly. It's a 2-net process. Don't ever use 1 net when you're moving a big fish. I don't care how big the net is. Okay. Perfect example of that is take arowanas for example. A few days ago I went and picked up an arowana for the shop. It was a solid 2 foot long, and even using 2 nets, okay, even using 2 nets, when you move that second net to put the fish in the bag, there's a certain way that you have to do it or the fish will jump out. I mean, these fish have a lot of power behind them, and you know, we don't always recognize that. You know, you think of a fish as, you know, they're strong swimmers in water, but they really don't have any power outside of water. Well, they do. Alright, that arowana that I was telling you about jumped a solid 2 feet from the net, and you know, luckily everything went right and he wasn't harmed, thank God. But there's a few, you know, small things that, you know, you should really do whenever you moving big fish, and I'm going to show those to you. So that's coming up, and I'm going to try to get 2 videos out a week now. I've been really slacking off for the past few months. You know, it's ridiculous. I'm tired of keeping people waiting to see what I'm doing. You know, I post pictures on Facebook more often. then I make videos, and that's not right for y'all. Another thing that I want to talk about, and then we'll take a look at a few things. The fry over in the Beaneye tank are probably going to be free swimming either late today or tomorrow. They're already starting to sneak out of the pot a little bit, so they're going to be free swimming really soon. But another thing that I want to tell y'all is I do have a giveaway coming up. As some of y'all know, or some of y'all may not know, Seachem is a new sponsor of mine. They actually sponsor the dosing of my reef tank, as well as a few other things. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway, and I'm going to be providing some Seachem products. So let me flip the camera around and we'll go from there. If I can get it to stop recording. Duh. Alright, so I apologize for the horrible lighting, but in the fish room you don't get the best lighting for videos. So here you can see I have a bunch of products from Seachem. We have some Pure Filtrum, Zooplankton, Phytoplankton, Replenish, Marine Plus, Flakes. And then we have the Aqua Vitro line. This is currently the line that I use to dose my reef tank, and I've had very great success with it. We'll take a look at the reef tank here in a little bit, and I'll show y'all all the products that I use. I don't use all the Aqua Vitro products, but I do use quite a few of them. So we'll definitely take a look at that, and I'll give y'all a little inside look of how they work and stuff like that. But yeah, so the giveaway coming up will include Seachem products. It'll be for the United States only, unfortunately. I know you overseas guys are going to get mad at me for that, but you know, when it's a sponsored thing, I have to go with what they tell me. One of these days I will do a worldwide giveaway, and that'll come out of my own pocket. So and this will be for freshwater or marine. There will be maybe between 1 and 3 winners. I'm not completely sure which way I want to go yet, but there will be between 1 and 3 winners. But it's going to be for freshwater or marine tanks, planted tank, reef tank, whatever. You know, you can win something from Seachem for sure. And these are just a few of the products that Seachem carries. It's just a small box I got in the mail the other day. So just kind of wanted to show y'all what I have coming up, get y'all excited about it, and get y'all keeping y'all's eyes peeled for it, because it will be coming up in the next couple weeks. I'm talking with my rep right now, Sue Lines with Seachem. Shout out to Sue. You know, I'm talking with her right now of you know, which way we're going to do it, and everything that's going to be involved. So stay tuned for that. I hope y'all are excited about that. I know a few of y'all been asking when the next giveaway is going to come up, and I love supporting the community, and I like getting people you know, good products to use, products that I actually believe in and use. So stay tuned for that, and there might be a consolation prize. I'm not completely sure on that yet. I don't really keep plants anymore, so I can't, you know, send out something like that. But I do have some plants up in the fish room. I'm going to talk with, you know, the owner of Fish Paradise and see if he wants to jump in on that. There will be some things that you have to do in order to enter. Of course, you know, as always, you'll need to be a subscriber. You'll have to like the video, and there may be a Facebook page or two that you'll want to join in order to participate. But nonetheless, here's a few of the products. You can pause the video and kind of get an idea of what they do. I'll go kind of slow here. There we go, lighting's better. Yeah, we have Alpha, Balance, 8-4, Calcification, Ions, Vibrance, the Marine Flakes, Replenish, which is a GH supplement, Phytoplankton, Zooplankton, and Pure Filtrum. This Aqua Vitro stuff is the bomb, guys. If you haven't had the opportunity to use it yet, take it from me. Go ahead and start getting it in your tank. It's definitely the best stuff I've ever used. So, without further ado, let's check out some fish. Alright, so as y'all saw in the last video, here is my flower horn. I've since named him George, which is short for Georgie. I call him Georgie. I don't know why, I was just sitting there playing with him one day and I just started calling him Georgie. He seems like a Georgie to me. This guy has a hella personality. He's super, super awesome, not afraid of anything. He hasn't even messed with the catfish that I'm keeping in here either. I do have a gold nugget pleco now. I'm going to start up a breeding project with that. So stay tuned for that inside of a future video too. They're hard to sex when they're younger, so I'm kind of waiting on them to get a little bit bigger so I can get me a male and a female, and hopefully start spawning those, get more of those out in the hobby. But yeah, this is Georgie, my flower horn, and I don't know how flower horns are named as far as, you know, Compa, King Compa, Red Dragon, whatever. So you flower horn experts out there, if you know what kind of flower horn this is, let me know down inside the comments. I'd really appreciate that. Give me a little backstory of, or give me a link or something of how I can tell what kind of flower horn they are. I know the Thai silks are like a whitish blue color, but other than that, I don't really know. I don't even know what the Compa means. I don't know what any of that means. I'm completely new to it, so if you have a link or a page, or, you know, if you're really good at explaining stuff like that, let me know down inside the comments how you go about identifying flower horn. Something interesting I found out about flower horns a while back is the breeders of flower horns are starting to use the filial scale. I'd also like to know more about that. I don't know how you get a first generation with a filial scale with flower horns, being that they're a hybrid, but maybe there's something that I'm not completely clued in on that other people know. I'd like to know a little bit more about that. But yeah, I mean, when I get a new fish, I like to know everything about it, or at least a good portion about that fish. And you know, I've never really done in-depth research on flower horns. I have been reading more about them lately, but you know, I want some experienced flower horn people out there to, you know, give me some tips and tricks and stuff like that to identify them, and, you know, just give me some information about flower horns. But otherwise, inside this tank, there is a gold nugget pleco, and there's also 2 iridescent sharks. You can see those guys over there. They lay in that corner during the day, and when the lights turn off, they come out and they eat. And then, like I said, I have the gold nugget pleco in here. I also have a marbled crayfish. Right down here he is. Now this is a self-cloning crayfish, and there is babies in this tank from this crayfish. Don't ask me why, I just like keeping these guys. I think it's fascinating how they self-clone. But yeah, so let's go check out some more fish and get on to that reef tank update. It's been a while since y'all have seen inside of that, and there is a lot of cool stuff in there. One coral I got for Christmas yesterday from my boss up at Fish Paradise, the shop. So let's check some stuff out. Say bye, Georgie. Alright, so here is my breeding pair of Bean Eye Rio Blanco strain. These guys are children, I guess, from a wild caught pair from the Rio San Pedro. You can see the male right here. This beautiful fish. See that guy, that girl down there, guarding her fry. Let's see if we can get a look at those fry in there. Yeah, you can see a little corner of them. There's definitely a lot in there. Also had somebody concerned about her lip. thinking there was fungus or something on it. When cichlids breed, they use their mouth to clean the area they want to spawn in. They also use their mouth to, you know, break fry out from the eggs that are having trouble, and, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with her lips other than she's been using them a lot. The male had that at the beginning, moving rocks and stuff. So it's kind of a price they pay in order to, you know, make babies. You can see this guy's getting an attitude, doesn't like the camera being too close to his fry. Yep, see that? But yeah, so we'll go over here and we'll check out Big Rig. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but this guy, I have to do everyday water changes on him because this tank is just simply too small. I need to get him moved quickly. That's why I'm moving on this 240. Well, I'm trying to. So that should be in my fish room probably next week, I'm hoping. So we'll get Big Rig inside of a bigger tank very soon, and I'll make sure I do a video of how to move them so y'all have a better idea of how to move bigger fish without hurting them, or, you know, risking hurting them or anything like that. So yeah, let's go out and check out that reef tank. Alrighty, so here we are at the reef tank, and before we get started on this bad boy, I wanted to show you the products from Aquavitro, Seachem's Aquavitro, that I use on a very regular basis. You can see first up you have calcification, which is a calcium supplement. Next to that you see Vibrance, which is an iodine supplement. Then you see Fuel, which is one of my favorites, which is a coral growth simulator. Basically it's carbohydrates, fatty acids, amino acids, and vitamins for corals. And then next to that you see Ions, which is a magnesium supplement, which also maintains strontium and boron, and it doesn't contain any ammonia. So let's start with calcification. With this one, I dose probably once a week to twice in a 2-week period. Sometimes twice in 1 week, sometimes once in 2 weeks times 2. Vibrance is an iodine supplement. Don't use that very often, so probably once every other to once every 3rd week I'll dose that. Fuel, I dose 2 to 3 times per week. And guys, let me tell you something. The first time you dose Fuel, you see a major difference. The polyp extension on the corals, I mean every coral, whether it be a sun coral, a scolemia, a bubble coral, SPS, LPSs, softies, whatever. The polyp extension is phenomenal. And the color that you get, oh my god. And then with Ions, I dose that at the same time that I dose calcification. It's a magnesium supplement. And all 4 of these together, I've used the entire time with my reef tank. I also use Seachem Salinity, which is their salt, for my water changes. And yeah, so I've had a lot of success with this stuff, and I'm really excited. I will be doing a video going in depth with these products, actually all of the Aquavitro products. Since I've been using them, I've been documenting growth habits and stuff like that, so I could give a really in-depth video for my sponsor, Seachem, and so I could let y'all know about it. So let me take these bottles down and we'll get into the reef tank. Alright, so here's the reef tank. Have you ever been trying to film your reef tank and it's just extremely blue and you can't show anybody the colors? Well, all you need is a little piece of film that filters out that light and still let you see the colors of the corals. Check this out. What? Oh my god. That is phenomenal. So let me get this stuck in the camera here so we don't have any problems holding it. And we'll go down, we'll start at the bottom and we'll work our way up there. Right down here we have my Scolemia, one of my all-time favorite corals ever. I feed this guy krill probably twice a week. Right next to that you can see my jack-o'-lantern Leptocerus. It's a slow-growing coral in the beginning, but once it acclimates to your system, it really takes off. If you go back and watch some of my earlier videos when I first got this bad boy, you can see how much it's grown since then. I started off with a little fingernail-sized piece, and look at it now. It's just, sorry about the shaky camera work. I'm trying to get y'all a good shot here. There we go. Moving on over, you can see this Paleothoa that I have. Let me grab another filter so we can filter out a little bit more of this light here. That's a cool thing about these filters is you can essentially add to them, and what it does is filters out even more of the light if you have a lot of blues on. And I do apologize about the shaky camera work. So here's one filter and here's a second. Look at that. It really brings it into view now. And you still get all the really vibrant colors. It still looks gorgeous. So let's go back down here and give you a better look at that orange or jack-o'-lantern Leptocerus there. Give you a good look at my Scolemia. And here in a second I'm going to show you the Christmas present I got from my boss. But I have this kind of rogue Paleothoa here. It's just a green one. Kind of came up through the sand. My Yashahashi and Candy Stripe Pistol Shrimp haven't come out yet. But you can see some pink star polyps there. You can see a Recordia Yuma there. Once this guy gets acclimated to the system, it is a newer coral that I got. Once it gets acclimated to my system, it actually has beautiful purples and pinks in it. It's one of the harder to find colors of a Recordia Yuma. One of the more expensive anyway. I don't know about hard to find. And then moving on up, you can see my pink and green Favia there. I started out with a half of a head, and within, I'd say, probably 3 months, it's already grown to that. Moving over, you can see my bubble coral. That guy's probably doubled in size since I had him. And moving over to my zoanthid garden, you can see I have some Joker zoanthids. I have some Midases. I don't know the names of all of these, but you can see I have quite a few different varieties of zoanthids. Then you can see my orange mushroom back there in the back. Right up there you can see my sun coral. That guy is growing out of control. I mean, that thing is just beautiful. Sun corals are one of my favorite corals. I love these corals. A lot of people say they're harder to keep. I haven't had any problem keeping mine. I feed it literally every day. That's what a lot of people recommend on reef sites and stuff like that. It's from the Tubastria family. Then right next to that, almost right next to it, you can see my Lobo. This is a carpeting Lobo. Beautiful coral. That guy is a really aggressive eater. And then before we go up too high, I want to go around the side here to show you my Joker Maxi Mini. You can tell I really like the Joker colors, the purple and the green. This guy's a really aggressive eater as well. All the corals that eat, minus my Tubastria, eat probably 2 to 3 times a week depending. My Tubastria, like I said, eats every day. Okay, we'll go back to the front here. Moving up a little bit, you can see my plate corals. That one that looks orange is actually a red color. I don't know, I mean, I guess it's just the filter coming out. But you can see the red one there. The purple right above it actually has blue polyps on it. And then you can see my green one. We'll go to the side so you can see it's starting to branch out, or plate out here. Let me try to get you a good shot here. You can see that guy's starting to plate out. All my SPS corals are growing really fast. You can see one of my bird's nest right there. Actually, two of my bird's nests. One is a neon / pastel green color. I can't really explain the color. It is drop dead gorgeous. And then the one right next to it, right above that plate coral, is a more of a neon green color. Now we'll come down here to my branch that's sticking out, some of my Tonga. You can see another one of my SPS corals here. This is an acro. And you can see it's already starting to grow onto that rock there. Moving on over, you can see my kryptonite green candy coral right next to my Rasta zoanthids. Those guys are really starting to take off. There's a bunch of little ones on there. You can kind of see that better there. And right here, you can see, I forget the name of this orange one, but it's a newer coral. It's already starting to cover that cookie and starting to grow into the rocks. But that Christmas Montipora right there, the green with the red polyps, is growing profusely. I mean, you can see how much of that rock it's covering up. Let me see if I can kind of zoom in, give you a better look here. I guess I can't. You can see my little clown goby there. Moving up, you can see more of the green bird's nest I was talking about. Moving up from there, you can see a pink digitata that I have. It's a really beautiful coral. It's coming up a little red inside of the video, but it's actually a really vibrant pink color. And then right next to that, you can see my Cyphastria. I started off with a little nugget of that, and it's already starting to really grow and take off on that cookie there. You can see that. This thing is drop dead gorgeous. I mean, it has so many colors in it, and then it has those pink polyps. I mean, it is just something else. Beautiful coral. Definitely recommend trying that one out if you have the means to. Then you can see some of my encrusting Gorgonia. That's that pink flowy one right next to the Cyphastria there. You can see I have some coralline algae growing back there too. Moving up from there, you can see my pulsing zinnias. Those guys have really taken off. I started off with just a couple clumps about the size of that one that's splitting apart right in the middle of the screen there. And it's already climbing up that wall doing some serious work. I'm going to have to frag some of that off and take it back up to the shop so we can sell it. Moving over from there, you can see my SPS mountain there. All those guys are really taking off. You can see a digitata right there that is green with red polyps. Really beautiful coral. Under that, you can see a green acropora. That guy is starting to grow over the glue that I glued him with onto the rock. Right above that, you can see another kind of pasty green one. That one's already grown onto the rock. You can see it there. It's already encrusted that entire cookie and starting to go onto the rock. Above that, you can see a purple acro. It's coming up kind of a pinkish red color in the video. Let me see if I can get a better shot of it here. There we go. That's a purple, and it actually has kind of greenish polyps with maroon skirts on it. And then right under that, you can see a little bitty frag of some blue acro. That guy is already starting to encrust the little plug that he's on. I don't know if that's showing up in the camera too well, but you can also see that I have a lot of coralline starting to grow everywhere. Let me fix that bird's nest while we're standing here. Saltwater rusts things real quick, guys. Look at that. We'll go in here and we'll fix this guy. Let me show y'all me doing that. I try not to glue too much stuff in place unless it's like a plate or you know, something like that, or those bird's nests. Those are glued because they're kind of fragile. But all in all, I really try not to glue too much stuff. Of course, all the acros, the digis, the monties, and stuff like that, I do have to glue. But you know, it just makes it more sturdy, and that way it doesn't get lost inside your rock work and all that fun stuff. So moving on to my Christmas present, and I'm gonna have to shine a light on there for y'all. Let me grab my light here. I got two Christmas presents. One I can't bring home yet because it hasn't been fragged, and I'll tell y'all about it after we look at this bad boy. Now look at that. Now y'all remember inside of a previous video that I did, I was talking about how much I love Tabastria, which are the sun corals. And what you're looking at right here is a black sun coral. Oh my God. I wish I could express my excitement when my boss gave me this. I was just in awe. You know, I talked about it a lot. We have a really open shop. We talk about a lot of things. We're just really into the hobby, and we love it, and we love what we do. So you know, I've always talked about black sun corals ever since I found out about Tabastria and started reading about them. Don't ask me why I like them so much. I really don't know, but they are just a gorgeous coral to me. Now these guys, they're azooxanthelic, I believe it's called, which means they don't have the algae which feeds them like all of your other corals, all of your light-loving corals. Like these guys here, they have zooxanthellae, which, you know, they actually feed off of, and that's why they're really dependent on light. You can keep these guys in absolute darkness and they still do well. In fact, what I've noticed with my orange sun coral, that guy right up there, is he comes out more when the lights are off. So yeah, really excited about this. My other Christmas present, I'm going to leave it as a surprise, but it is awesome, and I will definitely do an update video for y'all with that. Other than that, the only fish I have in here are my two A-grade Picasso clowns. These were also gifted to me. I love these fish. They are my all-time favorite fish. I know they're just a clownfish, but to have this, I mean, this is the best grade of Picasso that you can get. You can see that they also have helmet head, which is that white stripe that goes over their head.